In example 4, they're telling us that each turn in a game, you randomly draw one of these tokens over here from a bag, and then you replace it. The table shows the number of times you draw each type of token. So I've kept track here how many times the +3 was drawn, which was 10 times, the +1, which was drawn 7 times, and the -2, which was drawn 3 times. It's asking us how many times can you expect to draw a positive point value in 35 turns. So they're asking me to predict what will happen after 35 pulls. So let me flip over to the camera and we'll go ahead and get started here. To be able to predict or to guess how many times I'm going to get a positive point value in 35 turns, I have to find out what actually happened for positive, and that's called the relative frequency. Okay, so we're going to find the relative frequency of the positive actually happening out of the total number of times it tried. So I got a positive 5, 10, 15, 16, 17 times out of all the tries. So 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So when I take 17 out of 20, sometimes it's easier to turn things into percents rather than using fractions. So I can divide and then multiply by 100, and I get 85% of the time I get a positive, which makes sense because there's more positives in the bag than there are negatives. So I should get it a lot more times. Then to find out how many I might get in 35 turns, I'm going to go ahead and calculate the percent of the total number of pulls, which would be 35. And when I multiply that, I get, 1 second. Sorry about that. 29.75, which I can round up to about 30 times. So we use the relative frequency, what actually happens, and multiply that by the total given as it, you could use the fraction or the percent, and then that will give you your answer of your expectation of what will happen.